Alright, good morning class. This video will cover lesson number 3. Please note that my class schedule is somewhat hectic. Before teaching IBSN, I am required to be in Denpasar, to be in our campus in Denpasar from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., which make it quite challenging for me to travel to Bukit in time. I hope you understand the current circumstances. Alright, let's begin our online class today, and let me check first my presentation. Okay. Alright. In this video, we will explore the concept of marketing segmentation and its importance in global marketing management as our lesson number 3. Overview, we will cover the definition, the types of segmentation variables, the process of segmentation, and of course I will provide some examples of global segmentation strategies. Okay, we continue to the definition of marketing segmentation. Marketing segmentation is the process of dividing a broad market into smaller groups or segments, distinct needs, wants, and of course user characteristic. According to Lillian and Kotler, market segmentation is the grouping of potential customers into a subset that are homogeneous in response to some elements of the marketing mix that company have. By identifying this segment, companies usually can tailor their marketing strategies to better meet the specific requirement of each group, rather than adopting a one-size-fits-all approach. As you know that the marketer doesn't create the segment, the marketer task is to identify the segment. And of course, we as marketer decide which market are not homogeneous. A company cannot connect with all of customer in every nation or in every region. A company also cannot connect with all customer in large, broad, or diverse market. Consumer vary on many dimensions, and often can be grouped according to one or more characteristics. The task is company needs to identify which market segments it can serve effectively. In the global marketplace, markets are incredibly diverse with varying consumer preference, behaviors, and cultural influences. Effective segmentation is crucial for companies. Without it, the companies cannot operating globally, or as it helps them allocate their resources efficiently. Regardless of which type of segmentation scheme is employed, the key is that the marketing program can be profitably adjusted to recognize customer differences. The major segmentation that we know as number 1, there is geographic. Second, we have demographic. Third, we have psychographic, and the last one is behavioral segmentation. All of these variables are widely acceptable. Alright, now let's dive into each variables. Number 1, geographic segmentation. Geographic segmentation calls for dividing the market into different geographically units, such as we can use nation, states, regions, countries, cities, or maybe the small part is neighborhoods. The company can operate in one or a few areas. For example, we know Hilton hotels customize rooms and their lobbies according to specific location. Second, demographic segmentation. In demographic segmentation, the market is divided into group of the basis of variables such as age, family size, family life cycle, gender, income, occupation, education level. Also we can use religion. For example, a targeting specific age group, or we can targeting specific of income levels. Third, marketer can use psychographic segmentation. What we know is psychographic is the science of using, of course, psychology and demographics to better understand consumer. In psychographic segmentation, buyers or customer are divided into different group of the basis of psychological / personality traits. It can be also a lifestyle or the values. People within the same demographic can exhibit very different psychographic profile. For example, a product that targeting health conscious or adventure seeking customer. In behavioral segmentation, buyers usually are divided into groups on the basis of their knowledge of, number 1, attitude, the use of product, or the response to a product. Many marketers believe that behavioral variables includes occasion, benefits, user status, usage rates in digital space, loyalty status, and also maybe a complicated stuff like buyer readiness stage, and of course the attitude of customer. For example, a product that targeting a very heavy user or a user that really loyal to the brand. Next is about the process of segmentation. The process of segmentation typically involves 3 steps. Number 1, market segmentation. Second, target market selection. And the last is, of course, the positioning strategy. In the next few slides, we will explore each step in detail. Step 1. The first step in the segmentation process is to identify relevant segmentation variables and develop profiles for each segment. Companies then evaluate the attractiveness of each segment, considering factors such as the size of market, the growth potential of segment, and of course, the profitability. Second, step number 2, after identifying and profiling the segment, companies must evaluate and prioritize them based on their strategic objective and of course based on their resources that provided in time. They then select one or more target segments to focus their marketing efforts. Nah, in the final step, companies define their unique selling proposition, as we know USP, for the target segments. And of course, the company needs to communicate their positioning through effective marketing campaigns or through effective marketing activation. Differentiation strategies are also developed to distinguish the company's offering, of course, from the competitors in the minds of the target consumer. Alright, as per slide, all we know about this product. Nike has mastered the art of demographic and behavioral segmentation in its global marketing strategies. The company targets specific athlete segments based on factors like age, gender, sport, and level of engagement. For examples, Nike's product like Nike's Run Club, an app and marketing campaign cater specifically to a runner, providing the runner with a personalized coaching, running challenges, and a community to connect with fellow runners worldwide. The company also has dedicated product lines and marketing initiative for basketball players, such as we know the iconic Air Jordan brand. By deeply understanding the unique needs, motivation, and behavior of these athlete segments, Nike can, of course, create and tailor products, not only product, also experience, and also messaging that resonate with them on personal level. This targeting approach has helped Nike build a strong brand loyalty and emotional connection with its customer globally. Second, we have Apple. Apple is a brand that epitomized successful psychographic and behavioral segmentation in its global marketing efforts. The company, we know that targeting tech-savvy, innovation-seeking consumer who value design, who value user experience, and of course, a cutting-edge technology. Apple's product and marketing campaigns are carefully crafted to appeal to the aspiration and lifestyle choices of this segment. We know from sleek product design to a minimalist marketing aesthetic, Apple's brand image resonates with consumers who value simplicity, also who value elegance, and of course who value innovation. Moreover, Apple's ecosystem of interconnected products and services caters to the behavioral of loyal customers who prioritize seamless integration and unified user experience across whatever the device or across multiple Apple devices. By understanding and catering to these psychographic and behavioral traits, Apple has cultivated a devoted customer base and a strong brand identity that transcends geographically boundaries. The company's ability to connect with this target segment on an emotional level has been a key driver of its global success. Of course, this allowing it to command premium prices and maintain a competitive edge in the highly competitive tech industry. Challenges in global segmentation. While segmentation is crucial for a global marketing success, companies face several challenges, including number one, cultural differences across markets, limited availability and reliability of data, and varying regulatory and legal considerations. Overcoming these three challenges require through market research, adaptability, and of course continuous monitoring of each segment dynamics. Best practices in global segmentation. Alright, in my opinion, to effectively implement segmentation strategies in global marketing, companies should follow a best practices such as number one, conduct through market research. Second, adapting strategies to local context, and continuously monitoring and refining their segmentation approach as a market condition evolve. Alright, in summary, segmentation is a crucial component of effective global marketing management. Companies should consider multiple segmentation variables first, then follow with a structured process of segmenting, targeting, and crafting or developing a positioning strategy. Of course, all of this process need to be tailored. The company need to be tailored their strategies to the unique needs and preferences of their segment in each market. Alright, that's all about class material today. I hope you understand with the current circumstance, not only with my lesson material. And thank you for watching my class material, and I hope I can see you in the next meeting in IBSN campus in Jimbaran, or maybe online class in the future. Alright, see you guys.